Hey guys, how's it going? Brother Arcanine here, and I'm here today to talk about Magikarp Jump because it just kind of took everyone by storm. It's a fun game for sure. Um, Nothing to spend your entire dedicate your entire life to, for sure. But for me, it kills time in transit, and anytime I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be bored for 5 minutes. Let's make this Magikarp jump. It's strangely addictive. Really fun. Really, really fun. Um, yeah. That's my review of it, I suppose. For those of you who haven't played the game, if you have time to kill, go ahead and do it. If you have an addictive personality or are one of those people who spends money on games, maybe think twice about delving into the world of Magikarp Jump because like I said, it is addictive. So. Yeah, basically what you do in the game, for those of you who don't know, you just kind of go in. You're gonna have a story campaign. You're trying to beat leagues. You're trying to make your Magikarp be the best jumper in the entire world, I suppose. Um, and yeah, so as you go, you'll fish up a Magikarp, and that don't get too attached because that's not going to be the only Magikarp you have. I'm already on like generation like 20 something, and I'm a pretty casual player. So don't get attached to any Magikarp because it's not going to be around too long. They do swim around in your pond after you retire them. Once they've gotten as strong as they can and they can't beat any more opponents, they go off and they retire. Um, I actually had there's forced retirement, so when you beat a league, your Pokemon Magikarp is forced to retire, so you can't keep using it, which really sucks. I had a shiny Magikarp, and I just beat one of the leagues, and I was like, yeah, like you won, so like we'll go into the next league, and it's not like the next one's even more jumping power because they know you're going to need a new Magikarp, and you're not going to want to spend all your time getting it up to full level before you can actually use it. So they drop it down. So I was like, good, I'm going to get to use it for a few more, but then it went away. So I made a mistake. Got really attached to my super cool shiny Magikarp. But anyways, this is a little bit of a review because that's what I want to do at the beginning. Uh, but mostly I just want to go over ways to help in the game if you're new. Um, Not that it's too hard, but some helpful hints, some helpful techniques here anyway. Um, so this is just the wiki here. Pokemon Magikarp Jump. We're going to go over the friendship items. So basically, you can get items that bring Pokemon to your pond, which is where you feed your Magikarp and all that. Um, so you get a light ball pretty early on, and that brings Pikachu. So it'll cheer for you when it's jumping, and that'll give you a jumping boost. And it'll also give you jump points every hour and a half. If you click on it, then it'll give you a little bit of jumping points, and with these things called support candies, you can upgrade all of your friend Pokemon, and they will their skill will get amplified. So for Pikachu, it'll be an extra 10% jump points that it gives you every hour and a half. So here, it's just a rundown. Some Pokemon you can get only by defeating leagues, and other Pokemons you buy with diamonds that you collect in the game. So Charizard is really cool. It gives you one of these large items, a bunch of coins, training sodas, power-ups, LP restores, and skill restores. It's the most expensive one, I believe, with 600 diamonds, but it gives you these really cool things. Uh, all really great items that you otherwise kind of have to hope randomly show up, and they really make training a lot easier. I'm the kind of person who doesn't really use my items, especially at the beginning of the game. That's big advice there. Don't use them in the beginning of the game. Okay, you think you're not leveling up very fast at a point maybe, but trust me, it's only gonna get worse. So at the point where you're like, man, like I literally cannot wait anymore. I have to keep training. I have to keep grinding up this Magikarp and get stronger. That's when you should start using items and things, because you know I guarantee if you use it early on, you're gonna miss it later on. So next is Snorlax. Gives you a whole bunch of food every 50 minutes, so that's really good. And that's the second most expensive at 500 diamonds. Next is the Damp Rock item, which gives you Slowpoke. And every 12 hours, like Charizard, which only comes every 12 hours. Let me just make sure I'm not... yeah, I'm kind of blocking a little bit. You guys don't need to see my face. There we go. Well, I mean, who doesn't like to see my face, really, right? Just kidding. So with the Slowpoke here, randomly recovers one skill selected, which is really cool. Randomly selected, sorry. So if you were to have Charizard and Slowpoke, for example, a helpful tip would be use only Charizard's skill, right? And have all the other Pokemon still waiting to use their skill. Then use Slowpoke, and then Charizard will get its skill back because it's the only one without a skill. I mean, you could do it for any of them, you know? Like if you want just jumping points, leave Pikachu with the only one that's used its skill, and then Slowpoke will do that. But like I said, this one gives you a really great item, and so you basically get 2 every 12 hours. So that's really awesome. I would suggest doing it at a time of day when you're going to be awake for both the 12 hours. Like, you know, don't do it at 4 in the afternoon because well, unless you're going to be up at 4 in the morning. But if you're not going to be up at 4 in the morning, then you kind of miss out the opportunity to get 2 every day. Whereas if you did it at like 8 or 10, you know, somewhere in that range is probably where a lot of people are still awake for sure. Then, you know, 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., you're going to get those boosts. So then you end up with 4 chances to get these really good items. Moving down the line, then some more jump points. It's the cheapest one as well. Also upgradable with the support candies, so that's really cool. Rally gives you a lot of coins, a little bit more expensive, and takes a little longer. Poplio drops Sunken Treasure. That can be coins, diamonds, I believe food. It can be any of those things, I believe. I don't have one of those because I'm still pretty early on. And like I said, I don't spend my diamonds on much, so I'm still kind of waiting to see which of these guys I actually feel like getting. If somebody, you know, had a gun to my head or whatever and was like, you have to like pick a Pokemon, I'd like, I don't know, ninja them or like try to try to not have to do that. But I guess I would pick Charizard because it's got potential for the items there, but only if I had enough for Slowpoke as well. Otherwise, I might go with Snorlax, I think. So yeah, coins, treasure, recover a training point. This is probably one of the best support Pokemon to have, and you get it just for beating the league. I just got Meowth like literally 10 minutes ago, and I have nothing to do, so I was like, why not make this video? So yeah, grants you a bunch of coins, which is nice. It got me like 63 coins, which is pretty cool. And then to be announced is Bulbasaur. So excited to see what that Pokemon does. Excited to just have Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur is something I like. You know, Gen 1. It's a really cool Pokemon. So obviously they're playing pretty hard into Gens 1 because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Gen 1 Pokemon, and then the 3 starters, and then randomly toss in a Piplup. But yeah, definitely playing heavily into the Gen 1 and 7 there. So that's it for friendship items, I believe. Next is the events. So random events can pop up. There are things you need to do in order to unlock certain events. Some of them are available pretty much right when you start the game. Other ones won't become available until later. And sorry, just lost my train of thought because I was reading. So yeah, some of them are just going to be like random events. They just like say text, like for example, Nugget. They're just going to talk and they're going to give you coins no matter what. Some of them will give you like options, like for example, there's all that glitters. That one, there's like a shiny thing, and it could either be diamonds or coins or something good, or it could be something very bad. And those events are the ones I want to talk about with this right here. Out of nowhere, okay, this is the one where there's going to be like all the berries in the tree. And I went for it the first time, thinking, yeah, what's the big deal? You know, it's going to jump up. It can jump like, at that point, like 20 meters into the air. It's definitely going to be able to easily get that berry. So as I go for it, and then a Pidgeotto comes out of nowhere and takes away my Magikarp. And I'm like, oh, well, now we're back to square one. We just lost our awesome Magikarp, and that's it. You just it's gone, and you have to start over. And all the people it could have beat, all the experience points you could have got for your trainer are gone. All the coins from winning battles, all those opportunities are lost. So unless that event happens like the first time I get the Magikarp, like within that like where it's still like really weak, I don't really want to risk it because then I'm gonna have to go and do it all over again. Train a whole another one. Um, so for me, I usually play the safer route. So again, out of nowhere, that's that one. Then there's Magikarp Adrift. I've always just said stay, and every single time the Mirror Carp has gotten Magikarp for me, and then you get a jump point bonus, which is awesome. I don't know exactly what happens if you were to not stay, like pick the other option. I would suggest play it safe, but if you're curious, go ahead and do that, and let me know in the comments if you know what happens, because I assume the options are you lose your Magikarp forever, or you get a whole bunch of jump point bonuses. I assume that's what it would be. Next is a treasure. This is when you're walking down the road and there's a random Pokeball there. So it could either be, a cool item or some coins, or it could be a Voltorb that self-destructs and completely murders your Pokemon. So again, maybe best to play it safe unless it's early on in the training and you're not really going to care. If it's like, oh, I just made eat some food and do one training session, it's worth it if I can get like a restore item or a bunch of coins or whatever at this point. So, proceed with caution and just make sure you know what you want to do there. And the last thing I will talk about is this little helpful thing here about getting a ton of coins. This is more clickbait than anything, but it did actually give some useful information. When you level up every 5 levels, you'll get one of these gold Pokeballs in your pond. And they will give you coins that pretty much correspond to the level. So, you get level 5, you get like maybe 10 coins or whatever. And by the time you get to level 30, you're getting, pretty decent amount of coins. Now, most Magikarps will have, well, every Magikarp has this right here, an individual bonus. A lot of them are just, bonus jumping points from events or from training or from food, but certain ones will have coin bonuses. So when these show up in your pond, don't click them unless you have a Magikarp that will give you a coin bonus. And these don't go away. They'll stay in your pond even if you retire your Magikarp. They'll still be there as long as you don't click on them. So eventually your pond's going to get pretty filled up, and it's going to be hard not to click on them. But you can swipe or tap on the food. So don't tap on the food, because if you swipe over the Pokeball, it won't do anything. But if you tap on it, it'll open. So just swipe everything, and you can avoid clicking the Pokeballs. And then when you have a Magikarp that gives coin bonuses, say you were going to get 300 coins, and then your bonus is 50%. Now you're going to get 450 coins. So if you want to go through the trouble of doing that for some extra coins, that's just a helpful hint there for you. Otherwise, click away. It's pretty much what this game is for: killing time, clicking things, and just like being fully aware of the fact that you've spent like an hour of your day just fucking around with a Magikarp. So yeah, let me know any other helpful things that would help other people. You can leave those in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the game, good or bad, and let me know anything else that you would like to see in the world of Pokemon, videos that I can make for you guys, and how you're enjoying the channel. If you really like the channel, subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate it a lot. So thank you all for watching. I hope this is helpful for you. Good luck making those Magikarp jump. This has been Brother Arcanine. Peace out.